Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, July the 11th. So for the last few weeks, minus last week, we have been working on some different types of fringe earrings. And we've done a short fringe earring, we have done a long fringe earring, and this week I want to show you one more version of a fringe earring, and this is going to be a very thin earring. The reason I wanted to do a thin earring is because some people like to wear really long earrings, but they may not necessarily like them to be as thick as what we've been doing the fringe earrings. These are really, really great earrings to make because they take 4 colors of a size 11 seed bead. And what's so good about only taking 4 colors is these are a great way to use up some extra seed beads that you have left over from different projects. And they are really, really quick to make. So if you needed a quick gift, they are a good one to do. Also with these earrings, I'm going to be making these a particular length. These are about 3 inches long. But if you wanted to make them shorter, you could definitely make them shorter. That wouldn't be a problem. What I'm doing is just a suggestion. That doesn't mean that you have to do it this way. So I'm going to start out with my needle on 1 yard. You can use like 1G thread, Sono thread, any of that type stuff, but don't use your fire line. Like just I've said in the previous weeks, if you use the fire line, you're going to end up with a stiff stick pair of earrings, and they're not going to be awesome like you want them to be. So string of material is a must in this one. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to get started here in just a second. So go ahead and get your mat set up and we'll be ready. So these are the earrings I'm going to be showing you how to make today. You have the color A11O, the color B, the C, and the D. And then I've also used some little 3mm bicones here on the end. That's completely up to you if you want to use those. It's just a little something that added some texture to it. That's a completed pair, and then this is the pair I'll actually be showing you today with the these colors. This is the galvanized rose gold with a bronze, a galvanized gold, and a dark bronze copper color. And then I'm using the 3mm copper bicones on this one. Just wanted some cool metal look to that. You're going to start off with a 2-bead ladder, and this 2-bead ladder is going to be made using your color A. So you'll pick up 4 of your A's, let those drop down, and you don't need much of a tail. All you're going to use that tail for is to tie the thread together. Take your needle, go back up through the first 2 A's that you added, and hold on to them, and pull that thread so that the 2 other A's go right next to it. Then take the needle and go down through that second set of A's, and then we're going to tie those together. We're going to use this little tail, and we're going to tie the tail and the working thread together. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through those beads one more time. So I'm going to go up through the first stack again. And then down through the second stack. Now we're ready to continue on with our ladder. So as you can see here, we've got our stack of 2. So we just need 2 more stacks. So we're going to go ahead and pick up 2 more A's. And go down through the same stack you're coming out of so that it makes a circle. And go up through the 2 beads that you just added. And we're going to do this one more time. So we're going to pick up 2 A's. Go back up through the stack you're coming out of to make the circle. And then go down through the last stack again. So that you have 4 stacks of beads that have 2 beads in each stack. Well, the problem is we need to be coming out of this top bead. So to do that, I'm going to come up through 1 bead to the left and pull that on through. And then I'm going to go up through the bead all the way to the right here on the top end. This gets me into position to start decreasing on the next row of brick stitch. So again, we're going to be decreasing, so I'm going to pick up 2 of my color A's. I'm going to go to the second thread bridge, which is this one here. So I'm skipping the first one, going under the second one. And then we will go up through the bead right where the thread is coming out. Pull that all the way through. And when you do that, what happens is this first bead right here sits a little wonky. So you're going to go down through that first bead, just that one bead, and then up through the second bead. And what this does is that helps to straighten that one little bead up on the end. Thread on 1A and go under the last thread bridge, and then up through the bead right where your thread is exiting. I'm going to put my finger on it as I pull. We're going to decrease again, so we're going to pick up 2 A's, skip the first thread bridge and go under the second. Go up through the bead right where the thread is exiting. Then to straighten up this first bead, we go down through it and then up through that second bead and pull. And that gives you a tiny little pyramid. Now we need to make our hanging loop, so to do that I'm going to pick up 6 of my A's. I'm coming out of this bead on the right. I'm going to go right down through the bead on the left to make my little loop. Then I'm going to go up through that bead on the right again, and I'm going to go through all 6 of those beads again, and then down through one side of this pyramid so that it reinforces the little loop, and then it gets me into position to start the first of my little dangles. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this little small thread, and I'm going to get it out of my way. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off and be done with it. That way it's not in my way whatsoever as I'm trying to work. For the first row, we're going to thread on 12B, or sorry, 12A, y'all are all confused, 12A, then 1B, 1A, 1B, if I can get it here, 1A, 6B, so 6 of those, and then 1C, 1B, 1C, 1B, 5C, let me get my D's down here, 1D, 1C, 1D, 1C, 4D, and then finally 1 3mm bicone and 1A. So let me pull these beads down here so that you can see them again, and I'm going to read it out to you. So we had 12A, 1B, 1A, 1B, 1A, 6B, 1C, 1B, 1C, 1B, 5C, 1D, 1C, 1D, 1C, 4D, a 3mm, and an A. I'm going to let all this drop down. And I'm going to skip this very last A and go all the way up through these beads to get back to the top. So I'm going to start at the 3mm, and I'm just going to start working my way back up through those beads so that I can hold on to them and pull and get it tight up against your base. And you will not be able to go through this whole row at one time. So you just kind of have to work about, 10 or 12 beads and pull the thread through. And when you get all the way back up to the top, which I'm about there, then you'll go through one bead on the base. Pull that thread through. Just be careful about that. There we go. And then you're going to go down through, up through, however you want to look at it. You'll be going down through if you go in this direction. The very next bead on that base. So the first piece is complete. Now the only thing you're going to change about the next one is instead of picking up 12 of the A's here, you're only going to pick up 8. So you've got 8 of these. Then 1B, 1A, 1B, 1A, 6B, oh, I dropped my A there, 1B, 1A, 6B, no, I picked up an extra bead, Lord help me, I'm glad I caught that, B, A, B, A, 6B. That's the hardest part about these little earrings is keeping up with the little pattern. Then a C, a B, a C, a B, then 5C, one D, one C, one D, one C, and then 4D, and then finally you've got your 3mm and your A, and you let these drop down. And as you can see, this strand is just a little bit shorter than your first strand. And you're going to skip the A and go all the way back up to the top. Pull that thread on through. And when you get back up to the top, remember, only go through the first bead on the base. And get it through here. It gets tight after a while. Okay. And then go through the next bead on the base. So for the next strand, the third strand, on the first one we picked up 12A. On the second we picked up 8A. On the third strand, you'll pick up 4A. And on the fourth strand, you will pick up 1A. So from here down, everything's the same. The only thing you're changing is the amount of A's. So it was 12, 8, 4, and 1. And once you have that, then you will actually have the completed piece that will look exactly like this, and you'll be ready to tie off the thread and attach your ear hook. And just like the multicolored brighter color sample here, what I did for the ear hooks is I actually went ahead, I made sure that when I put them on the hooks that they were opposite each other, so that way when you put them in the ears they would look just like this and would be a very nice slim dangly earring. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these slim dangly earrings. There won't be per se a written pattern for sale, but if you are part of our private Facebook group on Facebook, workbook, which is Kelly Dale Off the Beaded Path. There will be in the files section a really brief, I'll actually have it nicer than this, actually typed out. This is just kind of written out so I could do it for the video. But it'll actually tell you the numbers or the counts for the strands that I had on here. And that'll be available starting today with that. So be sure and come back next week because we're going to start on a brand new Must Know Monday series all about bead crochet. So prepare yourselves, prepare your hearts, because we're going to learn something new. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.